Believe it or not, there was a time when you mentioned the name M. Night Shyamalan, there would be excitement in the room. People couldn't wait to find out, ooh, what's he got in store for us next? Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, The Village, all solid films. And then somewhere along the way, to put it kindly, he missed a step. And he basically rolled out one bad film after another. So here we are in 2015, and M. Night Shyamalan has returned with The Visit. Is it a visit worth taking? For the most part, I would say yes. It is actually, believe it or not. The Visit is probably Shyamalan. Some people would say it's not saying much, but it's Shyamalan's best film in probably a decade. It's very much a much smaller film than he's done before. It's his first foray into a mockumentary. I know it probably looks at the trailer, looks like it's found footage, but no, it's actually a mockumentary. And it's actually, for the most part, works, and for a bit of it doesn't. Because the film, it's trying to find a balance between being comedy and thriller. And when it's in the comedy zone, it kind of like loses you, and when it's in the thriller zone, it's actually quite effective for the most part. So, in comparison to previous Shyamalan films, this is definitely by far the best thing he's done. He wrote this one and he directed this one. It features a very small cast with Catherine Hahn playing. Basically, the story is about a mother who has her two kids visit their grandparents, and that's the setup. But there's something wrong with these grandparents. So, going in, you probably already have preconceived notions. When you hear the name Shyamalan, you know what to expect. You're expecting something supernatural element. You're obviously expecting the big twist, and other things that you expect from Shyamalan, and good and bad. But you get a lot of that, and for the most part, it works. The film features Catherine Hahn as the mother, Olivia DeJonge and Ed Oxenbould as the two kids, and as the grandparents, Deanna Dunagan and Peter McRobbie. Now, what works about this film is there are subtle moments where he actually creates some unsettling, not so much tension, but unsettling situations where you see something happen, you're like, what is going on here? It's like, whoa, what is the deal? As the movie progresses, you keep wondering, things are happening, and you're like, what is going on? Where is this going? And obviously, you're running through your head, considering it's a Shyamalan. You're thinking, oh, it's going to be this. Oh, it's going to be that. It's got to be this. No, it's definitely going to be that. And I think he plays with his audience, knowing what their expectations are, and kind of hints that maybe it's going where they think it is. But then, does it? You'll have to see. But interesting enough, I mean, as I mentioned, you got to have the Shyamalan twist, and there was a point in the film where I was like, okay, this is getting long in the tooth. I'm like getting a little impatient here. What's the story? What's the deal? Let's get to the point of this. And it's almost like he was in my head, and not long after I reached that point, the twist happens. And I did not see it coming. So the film's only like an hour and a half, or give or take. So it's very quick, and very won't feel horrible seeing it. Maybe you will. I don't know. Maybe you just hate Shyamalan movies. But again, for a Shyamalan film, it's decent compared to all the last several films that he's made. So I would give The Visit 5 out of 10. Well, maybe a little closer to a 6, but I just can't get it there. So I have to go with a 5 out of 10. There are things that I liked about it, and the things I really didn't like about it, and there are moments that just didn't work. They're just like too corny. But again, this is likely Shyamalan's best film in a decade. So if you're an M. Night Shyamalan fan and you basically supported them, then by all means definitely go. If you're just curious to see what Shyamalan's up to next, is like you might be curious, so check it out. Who knows? You might be surprised. You might really enjoy it, or you might hate it. I mean, it's M. Night Shyamalan, so visit at your own risk. If you like my review, hit the like button down below. I included a link to the trailer for the visit in the description box, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you can stay on top of the reviews that I come out with as they hit the web. So until next time, watch your back.